Continuing with Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. Continuing with rule number 10, be precise in your speech. This short little section is called The Construction of Soul and World. I'll go ahead and this. Okay, the psyche, the soul, and the world are both organized at the highest levels of human existence, with language through communication. Things are not as they appear when the outcome has been neither intended nor desired. Being has been sorted into its proper categories when it is not behaving. When something goes wrong, even perception itself must be questioned, along with evaluation, thought, and action. When error announces itself, undifferentiated chaos is at hand. Its reptilian form paralyzes and confuses, but dragons, which do exist, perhaps more than anything else exists, also hoard gold. In that collapse into the terrible mess of uncomprehended being lurks the possibility of new and benevolent order. Clarity of thought, courageous clarity of thought, is necessary to call it forth. The problem itself must be admitted to, as close to the time of its emergence as possible. I'm unhappy is a good start, not I have a right to be unhappy, because that is still questionable, at the beginning of the problem-solving process. Perhaps your unhappiness is justified under the currents of circumstances. Perhaps any reasonable person would be displeased and miserable to be where you are. Alternatively, perhaps you're just whiny and immature. Consider both at least equally probable, as terrible as such consideration might appear. Just exactly how immature might you be? There's a potentially bottomless pit, but at least you might rectify it, if you can admit to it. We parse the complex, tangled chaos and specify the nature of things, including ourselves. It is in this way that our creative, communicative exploration continually generates and regenerates the world. We are shaped and informed by what we voluntarily encounter, and we shape what we inhabit as well in that encounter. This is difficult, but the difficulty is not relevant because the alternative is worse. Maybe our errant husband ignored the dinner reservations of his wife because he hated his job and was tired and resentful. Maybe he hated his job because his career was forced him by his father and he was too weak or loyal to object. Maybe she put up with his lack of attention because she believed that forthright objection itself was rude and immoral. Maybe she hated her own father's anger and decided, when very young, that all aggression and assertiveness were morally wrong. Maybe she thought her husband would love her if she had any options of her own. Maybe she thought her husband wouldn't love her if she had any options of her own. It is very difficult to put such things in order, but damaged machinery will continue to malfunction if its problems are neither diagnosed nor fixed. That was from Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. It just reminds me of something that I noticed earlier today. I live in a very tourist area of Hawaii in Waikiki. And I was walking back to my apartment just earlier, and there was like a couple near the Ala Moana Hotel, and they were like in their 40s or 50s, and they were like fighting with each other, and they had like, grandkids with them or something like that, and they were like, had their bags, and then one of them was like, don't talk to me like that, and the other one was like, don't talk to me like that, and then I was like cutting through them, and they saw that I obviously heard their conversation, because they didn't know I was right there at first, and they kind of like looked at me like embarrassed and stuff, but I pretended like I didn't notice, and like, just kept on and like it didn't bother me at all. But thanks for watching. My name is Gregory Brantz. I know you were wondering, what's this guy's name? But I used to be a lot better looking like 20 years ago, but I mean, I got older, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna get some plastic surgery to like fix these around my eye and stuff. And I gained 35 pounds this year. Can you believe that? That has a lot to do with this, huh? But I also quit smoking this